All right. Good morning. Good morning. It is 6:31. It is April 8th. It is a new week. It's the second week of the quarter. Hopefully everyone's feeling well. Let's see if this works today. Take a look at the disclosure. Let's get to it. My name is Scott Redler. I am the Chief Strategic Officer of T3Live.com. Welcome to today's 6:30 Club. It's got to be a fast one. I have an open house today. Lots of people from all over the world coming in to check out the trading room with the Alpha team. So welcome to you guys if you're here. Before we get going, let me say hello to some of my dogs around the world who's tuning in. Who do we got? We got Ali in the house. It's front and center. Here we are. Can you guys hear me? What up, Austin? How's the microphone sound? I have like this new microphone. It's so fancy. That's supposed to be sounding better. Yeah, there's an eclipse today. Don't look at the sun. Don't look at it. Make sure you have the glasses. You hear it? Sounds good. What up, Bobby? What up, guys? Pretty cool though, right? Like everyone traveling around the world to see such a, phenomenon. I know my friends in Vermont said there's 4,000 or 5,000 people in Vermont, and usually, or more than that. Now there's like 500,000 people going to Burlington. So just make sure your travel arrangements are intact. Anyway, what's up, Red Bank? What's up, Ashish? What up, Bill? You did the last time, France. It's cool. Yeah. It's all good. All right, guys. So let's get to it. I do have an open house. If you haven't joined, you can still join. I think there's a link in here somewhere that my editor tells me. So with that said, last week I know we had some volatility on what, Thursday. Huge reversal. Definitely could have led to some type of bigger down move. And then Friday, most of it was reclaimed. So you did have some cracks in the foundation, but like they put some cement in there real quick. So some things acted better than others. Some things gave you ways to re-enter if you took down risk. It's always good to take down some risk as an active trader. It's always good kind of to say, hey, let me get let's let the market do a little discovery before we put our equity on the line. And obviously we need to net money to get paid monthly and quarterly. So if you happen to take some risk down on Thursday, it made sense. For those who took risk down and got short and lost long and then lost short, then that could drive you to drink. And nobody wants to be drinking so early in the morning, even though Bloody Marys aren't bad here and there, but not on Mondays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Yeah, inflation's very sticky. And the CPI is going to be important with the PPI this week. So we'll see what happens between now and then. Overall, if you take a quick look here at the chart of the SPYs, this is your micro look. Look at the size of this wide range bearish engulfing bar. So if the bears really had a lot of power, on Friday, they would not have let the market penetrate back up to 518, 520, which was more than 50% of this bar. So what that did is it pushed the bears back and said, hey, you know what? Some things could perform, some things might not. It's very specific. You can't just be in everything. And kind of that's where we are. Some people are like, hey, Red Dog, are we building a head and shoulders pattern where here's your left shoulder, this is your head. This could be now a right shoulder, and this 511 to 512 could be a neckline at some point. It could be. You could put this like this, and then have this go further out, and maybe we have like 2 inside days before the CPI. We shall see. As far as if you take a quick look, which gives you a bigger perspective of the weekly chart, it's like this ascending channel is like, wow, look how long this thing's been going. And it's been great to ride. Listen, every time it looks like it's about to end, it doesn't. And money's rotated, and there's been like a lot of things to do. So as long as you're looking for things to do instead of just looking for tops and having opinions, that's probably the better way to go. So you do have 512.75. That is this week's major support pivot. And then you have a little bit of an upper spot. And we'll see what happens. Does this all of a sudden turn into a bigger channel that the market's got to be in for a little bit and digest, or does it break and see downside? At this point, we're going to have multiple plans, and we're going to play those plans. Right now, the SPYs are down a whole 21 cents. 518.22, so it's very, very far above 512 and right halfway into the middle of the range. So that means, both sides, could make some money. I know for me, I took down a lot of risk on Thursday, and then I the one thing I did do into the down move is I bought more Amazon. I bought more Amazon options. I bought Amazon stock, and that helped me a lot. Besides silver and gold, which have been absolutely fantastic, and we'll get into a little bit more. So if you go to the Qs also actually the Qs already started. This channel, right? It kind of broke a little bit to the right of it, and then at this point, you say as long as it holds 433, you can't get too bearish, and this all of a sudden might just turn into an upper channel before going again, or not. So again, you got to be on your toes and specific, and look for things that are working, and then don't fall asleep behind the wheel. All things that we've been saying, for since 1997. I sound like a broken record. Anyway, yeah. So, again, listen, I'm not a gold bug. I'm not one of those guys, that are diehard metals. But, again, we're diehard technicians and chartists. And whenever you get the daily, weekly, and monthly charts lining up like they have in the past 8 weeks for gold and silver, you notice. I was on with Liz Clayman literally, I don't know, 2 months ago, talking about gold that was on its way, and that we were going to start really playing silver too for catch up. And both have been great. I haven't played gold and silver in years, and all of a sudden, the last 2 months, they've been like my biggest winners for the Alpha team and myself, and it's all good. So anyway, let's. You guys wanted to touch on that first, so let's go to silver. Really nice move. This was your daily chart, so we'll go through it really fast. The daily chart, we started buying silver options here, and I've rolled them up a few different sets where made really good money and then bought a higher strike and went out an extra week. And what a move in silver. The reason why I was able to stay with this move in silver was because you look at the weekly chart just started to go. There's still a whole void here to about 27. And then if you go to the monthly chart, it's like, my goodness gracious, it's nowhere. Obviously, I remember this. This is when we were trading way back in the day when you had that massive squeeze that knocked the bejesus out of people. I was on with Alex Steele, who's on Bloomberg now. She was part of the Morning Girl team, and she was a gold reporter, and that's when I started doing it. But anyway, so all three of these are matching up. That's why I've been really, focused there. Focused more there than Tesla or even Apple, believe it or not. And the reason, we were there is because obviously gold led the way. Gold, if you remember this breakout right here, this was fantastic. We were in the ETF. I was in options. Then we rolled them up into here. And I will say, I do not have any gold on right now. To me, it got a little extended, and that's what happens if you trim and trail your way out. Sometimes they never give you a way back in. Here, we were able to get out and then buy another set of strikes, and now it's been hard. But if you look again at the weekly chart, even nicer. Look at that. Bull flag, breakout above 193, boom, and then you go to the monthly, which was that head and the cup and handle pattern that. It's wow, it's almost at one of the measured moves. I think I said the measured move was 220. Right now GLD is at 217. So I would suggest you trimming into this 217 area. If you haven't been long gold for the last month or two, or you don't collect physical, or you don't have it as an asset allocator, my 2024 report, I'm like, guys, over allocate gold. Okay, finally, it's been a long enough time that if you put 10% in gold every year for the last, decade, you can get paid, and maybe you want to overdo it. But anyway, that's enough for that. So going to, mega cap tech. Mega cap tech has been, not the best, or at times it's been different. My biggest position, which we talked about, I think every week I've been talking to you guys about Amazon, and Amazon hasn't been the easiest trade, but for some reason, here every time it dips, I've been buying it, and I've been buying higher strikes, and I'm long, and I've been trading around it, and this candle got me out of my stock, but into that candle, I'm like, you know what? Let me buy more options. Risk is premium paid, and those options helped me a lot on Friday to help with other ones that weren't as good. So PS 186.27, and then if you go to the weekly chart, which has also helped me stay in, you'll see that Amazon only got back to where that double top was, right here, 188, right? This is this high is 188.11. This high is 188.65. And look at this beautiful trend. I remember trading it this entire time. Amazon's been unbelievable. I remember talking to Charlie Gasparino. I'm like, they better split this damn stock so they can get volume. So McKenzie and Jeff and everyone could sell their portion. They own 20%, but you can't do it at 3,000, 3,200. In the 150, 160 range. They could piece it out. And anyway, here's your prior high. Sometimes you see a little resistance when you get to a prior area. It pauses there, but then usually gets through. So I would stick with Amazon. It's working out very well. Some people like, what else is in the game for if the market wants to be strong? Well, I still think I think Microsoft has been in this channel. It looks pretty good. I haven't really looked into the news this morning, but this looks like it held where it had to again. It's been going sideways for a while. Maybe put this on the radar this week. If something wants to go, it seems as if this Microsoft is better than other names. Meta still looks good. Meta broke out above this area 515. This and that gave you a topping tail, if you remember, on Thursday, and then quickly rebuilt it. So this still looks okay. There are some people who are like, "Oh, Red Dog, Tesla's back." All right, Elon came out with this whole plan to, I guess, show the world its robotaxi in August 8th. We've seen a lot of product announcements that, wind up getting pushed back and this and that. I think he's trying to change the narrative a little bit here. I'm not going to poo-poo him, this and that, because, when Elon's below the 820 one day, to me, it's a little wonky and the stock hasn't been great and the halo came down. But today, if you're not in Tesla, I wouldn't chase it. See how much of today's gap holds. That's what I'm going to do. Overall, this used to be my favorite stock to trade. But we go through cycles, right? You had for 3 to 5 years ago, I was the Apple trader, and then in the last 2 years, I was a Tesla trader, and now this year, it's been a lot of Nvidia, a lot of AI semis, Nvidia, AMD, AVGO, SMCI, besides silver and gold and a few others. But anyway, this is where Tesla is all the way down here. This is your lower range. So this gap was filled. This is gone. There's not a whole lot to do, I don't think, but you could trade it. It's up 5. Question is, will it hold up 5 or go red? I don't know. Lately, there's been no edge trading Tesla. It's like, it could squeeze to go from up 5 to up 8. And then all of a sudden, an hour into the trading session, then it's only up 5. You buy a dip and then it goes red. And then it's like, I don't know. Just to me, it's been not the easiest trade. So when something's not easy or it's not paying you, then there's no reason to do it. But we'll see. We'll see how much of today's gap holds. What was this high here? This is 170.86. So say 171-ish will be some resistance to see if they fade that or not. That's right here above 171. There's a bit more room, and we'll see again how much of today's gap holds. How much of that strength is sticky, or do they fade it? Crypto. I've been buying BITO calls on the bid the past few weeks, and I'm hoping that this move sticks and I can get paid for this Friday's BITO, and then I also rolled out to May on that move lower. So we'll see. Does Bitcoin actually, instead of going up or down, 5,000 in a range, can it finally break out here? It looks like it. It looks like it. From what I'm hearing from some of my friends who work for Morgan and Merrill, and even BlackRock, the ETF that they created, it was created, but they still haven't been able to allocate 1% of their trillions of assets to it. But I think approval was done, and now they could do it this week. So maybe the demand will stay, and you finally get a sustained move. So right now it's above 71.5. Nice move. They've been playing with everybody long enough that the next spot's 73.8, and if it wants to go, I would think 77 to 82. I don't know how fast it happens, but it could happen pretty fast. So I am going to keep all my options on, and I might even, buy the IBIT for a breakout. This I haven't even really looked at in a while, but if you look here, it's got kind of like a perfect wedge also where, now maybe with today's big gap, you could trade Versat, and it shows you how I haven't been in IBIT. I've been buying the BITO calls. This is, this is a nice wedge. what's a wedge? One time I was on Mark Haynes. He's like, "Go Scott, the wedge on Wall Street. So can you give me a wedgie?" I'm like, "Come on, Mark." All it is a pattern of indecision that consolidates a move that tightens, and when it gets really tight, suddenly volatility expands, and you want to go which way it resolves because you usually get a big move. So anyway, this high here for this was 42. Okay, then you have right here, which is you can just say 41. So we'll see how much of today holds. And with this, it's like you're buying a stock and you have overnight risk and all that kind of stuff. Buying options, at least risk is premium paid. So anyway, I'm going to be real busy. You should definitely come in the open house. Why not? You have hundreds and hundreds of people that actually trade for a living, exchanging ideas. What more importantly you're going to see is the process every single day. I'm up at 4:45. I'm doing my morning work. I'm in my sauna. I'm in my ice barrel. I'm here. We're doing the 6:30 club, and then all of a sudden, I turn the music on. We're hanging out. We're exchanging, news and ideas, and I'm posting 40 charts. And then, when the day starts, I manage my positions. I put on some new ones. I add to some. I take some off, and just trade and do what traders do, and try and use my process and my systems to make money so I could stack it, pack it, rack it, and get paid just like all of you guys. All right, Katrina, I'd love to see you. 41 says lunar eclipse and Bitcoin to the moon. I'll take it. Yeah, Ethereum is probably in there as well. I haven't really been doing as much altcoin work and this and that. I've been really focusing on equities, and I've been, playing silver and gold pretty damn well. And we've played Bitcoin a bunch of times with IBIT and there, and my Coinbase account is longer term over there. I just I got to get a little rest. I can't be trading crypto all night and up at 4:45. Pick and choose your battles, boys and girls. Thanks for tuning in. Listen, girls basketball was absolutely awesome. This entire tournament. Wow, South Carolina is deep. Only so much Caitlin Clark could do. She's a winner. A lot of winners out there. Looking forward to tonight as well. Enjoy yourself. Have some fun. Spring's coming. Get a race on the calendar. Put some promises. Make a promise to yourself. And guess what? If you keep it, that's how you build some self-esteem. The path of least resistance isn't the path that's going to make you proud. So test yourself a little bit here and there. I'm on my 5th Monday fast, and I'm starting to enjoy it. It's good to feel a little hungry. If you're feeling full, fat, and lazy, you're not going to get anywhere. All right, test yourself and keep those promises to yourself. So this way, you could move forward and stop looking around. All right, guys, I got to jump.